Okay, so Mr. Hogan here. I'm talking to you today about separating a single fraction into the sum or difference of two simpler fractions. And this is what we call expressing a fraction in partial fractions. So let's do it. It says express 5x take 1 over x plus 1 x take 2 in partial fractions. The first thing we need to do is look at the denominator. 5x take 1 over x plus 1 x take 2 is going to be, we look at the two factors of the denominator. X plus 1, x minus 2. And what we know, this is going to be the sum of two fractions. What we don't know is what the numerator is going to be of those two fractions. We know that these two denominators make that denominator. So multiply together to make that denominator. So we're going to use this triple equals. We want those two things to be exactly the same. So triple equals meaning exactly the same, not just the same as, but exactly the same. How do I make that exactly the same? Well, I'm going to have my fraction. I'm going, just like adding or subtracting any other fractions, I'm going to have a common denominator. So, common denominator. How did I get this? I multiplied x plus 1 times x minus 2. So I have to multiply the numerator by x minus 2. This one I multiplied the denominator by x plus 1. So I have to multiply the numerator by x plus 1. And that equals 5x take 1 over x plus 1 x minus 2. Now you will notice that the numerator here, and I can rewrite this as 5x take 1 all over x plus 1 x minus 2 is exactly the same as a x minus 2 plus b x plus 1 over x plus 1 x minus 2. So you notice that the new denominators are exactly the same. Well, that means if the denominators are exactly the same and the fraction is exactly equal to each other, then that means that 5x take 1 equals ax minus 2 plus bx plus 1. All we have to do now is find the value of A and B that make that true. What do I pick? I pick a value of x, pick a value for x which makes one of the brackets equal to 0. So in this case, I'm going to look at this one, x take 2. And I'm going to say, let x equal 2. And substitute that in. The equation. So 5 times 2, take 1, equals 0 times a, plus 2 plus 1 is 3b. Let's make that a b. 3b. What does that tell me? 5 2s are 10, take 1, 9 equals 3b, b equals 3. I use exactly the same technique to find A. I'm just going to go on to the next page. I've got 5x take 1 equals a outside x minus 2 plus b outside x take 1. Just check that I've got my numbers right. X plus 1, that should be x plus 1. And now I'm going to say, well, let x equal minus 1. That's going to make this bracket equal to 0. Then I'm going to say, well, 5 times minus 1 minus 1 equals minus 1 minus 2 times a plus 0 times b. And so that gives me minus 5 take 1 equals minus 3a. So minus 6 equals minus 3a. A equals 2. Minus 6 divided by minus 3 gives me positive 2. I've just said that I've just worked out that a equals 2 and b equals 3. So what does that mean? That means that 5x take 1 all over x take 1 x plus 2, that's our original, equals 3 on x minus 1 plus 1 on try again. What did I say? A equals 2. My mistake. Try again. Equals a equals 2. So 2 on x plus 1 plus 3 on x minus 2. So I've separated that big fraction into the sum of two partial fractions. Okay, let's do one. You can have a go at this one for yourself if you like. Pause the video now and then do this, and then you can come back and watch my answer when you've got an answer for yourself. Here we go. I'm going to say this is a over x take 1 plus b over 2x plus 1, which means 7x plus 2 over x minus 1 2x plus 1 is exactly equal to, gonna put x minus 1 times 2x plus 1 a times 2x plus 1 plus b outside x minus 1. Then I'm going to, just looking at the numerators, let x equal 1. And I get 7 times 1 plus 2 equals 2 times 1 plus 1 makes 3a plus 0b. So 7, 9 equals 3a, a equals 3. Now, what number is going to make, I want 2x plus 1 to equal 0. So that's 2x equals minus 1, x equals minus a half. So I'm going to let x equal minus a half and substitute that back into the original equation. The numerators, 7 times minus a half plus 2 equals, well, that's going to be 0a 0a, sorry, my little bit of scribble there, plus, now minus a half take 1, so I've got minus a half take 1 times b, and 7, so that gives me minus, oh, go away, minus 7 on 2 plus 2. I'm just going to make 2 4 on 2. Just common denominator, makes it easier to add the fraction. Minus a half minus 1 makes minus 3 on 2b. Then that gives me minus 7 plus 4 makes minus 3 on 2 equals minus 3 on 2b. What does that give me? B equals 1. So I've got A equals 3 and B equals 1. So our equation becomes 7x plus 2 all on x minus 1 2x plus 1 is the same as 3 on x minus 1 plus 1 on 2x plus 1. And that's what we mean by separating into partial fractions. Have fun, and I'll see you next time.